Hello everybody, it's your pal Gracie here, and that's right, we're jumping in on the Wednesday hype train. As most of you have known, Netflix has recently released Wednesday, and it has since grown quite large. Yeah, after watching this show, I thought it felt right to talk about it and make a speed paint. Since I have some thoughts on it. I might start doing more videos like this in the future, since there's a lot of shows and stuff that I would love to ramble and rant about, and maybe give my own personal ranking about. So yeah, keep in mind, it would all be very much personal opinions and stuff. So yeah, like the video if you'd like to see that. And subscribe, of course. Now, keep in mind that some of the stuff I'm going to say about the show is all my personal opinion. You might have different opinions about the show, and that's totally fine. I'd love to actually hear about those opinions and why they might differ from mine own. So, yeah. Also, spoiler warning for the show, since I am going into spoiler territory. Yay. Now for the video. Overall, I really like this show. I did have a few gripes with it, but it was definitely much better than I thought it would be. When I heard they were making this, I did not have high hopes, since Netflix is known for making poor adaptations. Dark Sabrina. Winx Club. Anyway, but I'm glad it wasn't of the same quality as those shows. Some of the things I liked were the overall feel of the show, most of the casting, and the character development, especially with Wednesday. I think Jenna Ortega did a great job in the role. I think she did fantastic, and I think everyone else did a good job too. Although I think the casting for Morticia and Gomez were a bit weird at first, but I think they did well, even though their characters were kind of written weirdly. I didn't really think of them as like how they originally were in the 90s, although it is supposed to be like a different take on it. And I've heard a couple people say it was like they were written like how Wednesday would be seeing them and stuff, so I guess I can kind of see it. I do like most of the characters, like Enid and Eugene. I actually really like their dynamics with Wednesday. They were able to let us see a warmer side in Wednesday, which is something I never thought we would see. And that ending part where Enid hugged Wednesday and she hugged her back was so cute. I loved it. I also liked how they cast actual teenagers for the high schoolers, since shows like these are known for casting adults to play teenagers. I think they only do that so that they can overly sexualize them, which is really weird, and it's just like, please stop. But because this show is actually made for teenagers, I'm glad they didn't do that. Now, I do have some issues with it. The biggest one being the ending. I feel like it was way too rushed. I feel like I blinked and then the bad pilgrim dude was already dead. That's how rushed it was. Also, the weird pilgrim dude was a weird choice to be the big bad, but also like if he was against magic, because this whole thing was like, oh, big bad evil pilgrim dude as against magic and monsters and stuff, but why is he cool with being brought back with magic? Also, I feel like we didn't see much of him before he was resurrected, and it's just, yeah, I feel like they could have done a better job with the whole end fight. I also felt like Xavier and Tyler, the two love interests, were really boring and not very good. And I think we could have gotten better love interests for Wednesday. I don't even know if we needed love interests at all. We could have just stuck with the whole she learns to become a better person through her friends, and I would have been happy with that. Also, the love triangle thing was dumb, but that's just because love triangles are dumb. The plot also tends to get pretty slow, which is why I think the ending was so rushed, because they had spent a while with other aspects of the plot, and so the last bit of it was a little rushed. But overall, these complaints don't make the show unenjoyable to watch. So overall, I would rate it a B. You definitely check it out if you would like to. Yeah. For the drawing itself, as you can see, I based it off the main poster, but switched the position of the camera to be facing down instead of up to make it a little different, also because I'm just better at that camera angle anyway. It was really interesting figuring out how to draw her, since I'm always a little nervous when drawing people like from real life and thinking about how I would capture them in my style, since realism is not a factor in this. But I think I drew her pretty well in my style. I hope, hopefully. I did struggle for a while on the umbrella and her second hand. Oh my god, the one furthest away from the camera. I struggled with it so much that I eventually gave up and changed it to have it behind her back instead. When in doubt, put the hands behind the back. One of them's already in frame. We don't need to worry about the other one. When I got to the rendering, I stuck to blue and purple like the poster, and for the background, I of course had to draw some gravestones, and I also drew some trees and fog just to make it nice and moody. And for the very end, I added some raindrops in the foreground and background. I originally wanted to add some raven feathers, but I couldn't find a way for that to look good, so I decided against it. And that's all I have to say, and I think it turned out pretty well. I'll probably let the speed paint go on for a little longer so you can enjoy that, and then once that's done, I will meet you back. So yeah. that's it for this video. Again, if you want me to talk about other shows, let me know by liking this video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. This picture, as well as my other artworks, are on my socials linked below. I have my 2 comics on my Webtoon, so be sure to check those out, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!